Do I look in the camera or what?
No,
don't need lah. Okay, I'm Luis. Fuck bro. Since I like to draw, I've been drawing a lot. One of the main reasons why I like to draw is probably to get attention from girls. You know, during secondary school time, I got a very good close friend of mine. And then he bought his own machine. So everyone in school, they know I can draw. But when they realized that I got a very close friend that got a tattoo machine, they want to get tattoo lah, right? But they trust my drawing. They want me to use his machine to tattoo for him and all that kind of thing. So the first tattoo I did was a scorpion, a realistic scorpion. Which I probably screwed it up, but I know lah. So I took about 8 hours to do it. So it was definitely just for fun lah. You know, you just want to try. You know, rather you're always drawing with pen, pencil, and all at the point of time. So when I first hold on to a tattoo machine, it's like a totally different thing. You know, it's like a kid holding on to a pencil for the first time. I approached my first mentor, which is Joe Finch, Ink by Finch. The guy had been tattooing for a long time. You know, he asked for my portfolio. You know, I was damn nervous. No, I draw fucking portraits with the eyes very unproportionate, that kind of shit. I'm lucky enough that when I got a fucked up drawing, he still accepted me as an apprentice. You know, and he didn't really treat me like an apprentice. He brought me in, treat me like an artist. Taught me all the basics, tune my machine. I don't even know what the fuck is machine tuning. I don't even know how to tune the machine at that point of time. When I work in the shop, I realized that my hygiene level in home is fucked up. You know, there's no alcohol, no, you don't sanitize, don't sterilize your stuff and all that.
Predominantly, I feel like there's a lot of Chinese tattoo artists. So is there a benefit for you, like you think being Chinese in tattooing?
Tattooing itself, I think it doesn't matter lah. I know I feel that people who want to get a tattoo, they don't really bother about this kind of thing. Actually, I don't really bother about this how they look at it, whether you're Chinese, Malay or Indian or whatever it is. But the most important thing is, as long as you can do a good job, who give a fuck about what race you are, right? I think in this line, right, in Singapore, I don't think we should be worried about that. Yeah. Because I think people who get tattoo, right, they are not those common people in Singapore where they judge people by their colour and all that. No, they are more open-minded. You know, if you see a doctor, someone that looks nerdy lah, whatever it is, right? But when you find out they get some tattoos on their arm, or when they pull up their sleeve, you can see a little bit of tattoo, right? You probably know that this guy is definitely more open-minded than the other nerds. I'm not just saying that because I'm a tattoo artist, I love tattoo, but I really think that people who get tattoo, they are more open-minded. I do a lot of realistic stuff. I love doing like portraits, I love doing black and grey. There's always a way to bring out the subject as realistic as possible, where you can probably lose out some details. If I were to work on a darker skin, right, I will probably work on more black, very little grey, and more of their skin tone. So let's say if I work on a fairer skin, I will definitely put in black, 3 different shades of grey, add in more details and slightly lesser skin. So it just depends on how you want to work on different skin colour lah. If someone were to get a full sleeve, right, and then you're getting a black and grey realistic full sleeve, of course from a distance everybody will look at it like, what the f is that? You know, like everything is like so messy, like a newspaper, right? So I think size, placement and contrast is really important. When my customer or client approach me, I will always advise them to, like, you know, cut down to lesser subject. So probably, like, you know, break down your sleeve into your arm into 4 different sections, like 1, 2, 3 and 4 sections. So every section we do one main subject. So let's say if it's this area, if it's 100%, the main subject will be probably about 70%, and then the rest of it will be background. So in that way, let's say if you were to stand at a distance, people can still tell the main subject from a distance. You know, I think clarity and contrast is the most important thing for tattoo. I find that a lot of younger generation, when they are trying to get into realism, it's, they missed out a lot of steps. You know, why all of us we mentioned the same thing, right? Like contrast, size, and all that kind of thing. Mainly because of the basics that we do before. Last time, how many times we did tribal? How many times we did all the fucking nautical star, you know, black and white, but it's still bright, you know. Sometimes we screw it up. Sometimes we screw it up. Then, but we still act like normal, no. We still act like no, it's meant to be like that. You know, for us, we do a lot of basic stuff without knowing why the fuck we do it. But it's probably, I think it's helped us a lot there. You know, when we tattooing what we are doing now, it still reminds us of what we do last time, you know. I learned how to deal with fast walk-ins and all that kind of thing, you know. Of course there's always a time frame to get a tattoo done, right? But some people might just take too long. Maybe for words, you cannot possibly take 4 hours to finish a font on a wrist, right? So these are one of the things that I learned from Ink by Finch lah. You know, you tell me, bro, a fucking words, how long can you take to do? This kind of tattoo usually take about half an hour, it's enough. Then from there I realized I'm too slow. There must be something wrong with me being too slow. So my machine didn't tune well, or I used the wrong size needle, you know, wrong needle, all that kind of shit lah. I probably learned everything. Most of the things that I learned, that I have now, is from my roots, which is from there also lah. So young generation artists should really go through the hard shit that we've been through before. You know, it's not just for the tekan, not the tekan only, you know, just learn all the shit. When we don't mention anything about how long they have been tattooing or whatever it is lah. Just very simple. We look at artwork, we don't know who the hell did it lah. You can tell they lose a lot of basic on. You know, you can tell like, oh, this guy probably don't know any basics. Although how, you know, no matter how well they can do a bit of shading here and there for a realistic tattoo, you can tell it's like they're just trying to be somebody else. You know, they have no originality, they have no basics and all that. And I'm lucky to have this guy now, Kian. It's because this guy, although he's young, but he's like our generation. You know, we kind of also we take it, we kind of all kind of shit. No, not like all those apprentices nowadays whereby they kind of a bit, oh, this shop is not meant for me, I would like to find another shop to go, you know. How I guide him through is how I learned from Ink by Finch lah, you know, how I learned for myself at home. Use the markers, just keep on tracing all the lines on the exercise book, you know, and then just try to copy all those flash, all the basic flash, just copy, duplicate, draw lines and all that kind of shit.
Start tattooing to do it the right way?
I think it's really important to learn the right way lah, definitely. There's no shortcut lah, no matter what, there's no shortcut lah. Something that a lot of boss miss out on their apprentice, you know, they don't really teach them how to be approachable. Right, I think that's the most important thing. A lot of artists, right, they have good skills, they have good fundamentals and all that, but they are not as busy as how they are supposed to be. Mainly because of their character, right? Quiet. They don't really reply customer nicely, all that kind of shit. I think that is one of the most important things. Business. So last time before tattooing, right, I can work as fast as half a day. I run away. I never last in a job for more than a month. Never ever. But just that, I think it's all because of from young, I like to draw, right? Somehow, my passion, but I didn't even know it. And then, like as I mentioned last time when I start my first tattoo, the scorpion tattoo, it just keep bothering me lah. You know, it keep bothering me. I tell myself like I should have done it better. You know, I did some mistake here and there. I think I can never ever stop tattooing, right? It's because it's something that you will never stop learning. You know, you have to keep on learning every single day, knowing that whatever you do today, you have to be better than the day before and all that. It's not a boring job. It's not gonna, you cannot work like a robot as a tattoo artist. You know, it's just a very challenging job lah, which is fun for me lah. I will definitely say when we start tattooing at that point of time, there's no Instagram, no Pinterest, nothing. It's so hard to access to internet and designs and all that. Right? Then the only way to look at overseas artists' work are from magazine. And then when we were young, we got money to buy a magazine though. Basically, that's Singapore artists lah. You know, my mentor, Joe Finch, and then Alvin Yong, Alvin Lim, Joseph. Those are all the pioneers. You know, they like to do realism tattoos and all that. And then yeah, they are my inspiration lah. They are my first few artists that I get inspired from. Actually, it's still the same leh. If you're talking about doing old school tattoo, traditional tattoo, Japanese or black work or whatever it is, right? Our skin can always hold up to a certain limit. We cannot overwork our skin. For you to get a job done, probably you need, for old school tattoo, maybe you need about 2 to 3 hours. And for a realistic tattoo, you probably take about maybe 2 times more than what you do. The longer we have to go to finish up the tattoo, we have to be more gentle on the skin lah. Like let's say for yours, you have to go in slightly deeper so that once it's in, you don't touch anymore. But for me, our job are not so straightforward, right? So we need to probably go more layers and all that kind of thing. So it still add up to the same thing there.
Yeah.
The longer hours you do, the softer you have to go. You have to finish faster, you probably go higher. I will always ask them like, what is the design that they want, the placement, what the subject that they want, is there any meaning behind it or not. So if I'm lucky enough, I will get a client who tell me, hey Luis, do whatever you want to do. But let's say if I have some clients who are really particular about what they want, right? I would get them to drop by to the studio or probably talk to them over the phone first. Let them know about my waiting list first. Sometimes, if they wait too long and they know about my waiting list, they might not even want to get it, right? I always tell my client, first thing is you have to trust me, right? If there's no trust, it's very, very hard for me. I'm not being stuck up or ego. I will always reach out to every kind of client, even the most irritating, the most annoying one, those who don't even know anything about tattoo. I will always educate them. First thing I will tell them, it doesn't have to be me. It can be anyone else, as long as you're comfortable with your artist job. And then leave it to them, share with them your idea. The artist will have their own way to bring up your ideas into tattoo. So I think that is the most important thing for me lah. So I'll get them to the shop. We finalize the design together on the same day itself before we get it done. So I will send them the design one day before, and then to let them have the rough idea of which direction I'm going to. Then in the morning before we start, we will sit down and finalize the idea together again lah. Because I believe some client, they want to change here and there, make it bigger or smaller or kind of shit, add in last minute ideas and all that. So we will design on the spot. I'm Louis Tham. I'm tattooing at Lovesick Tattoo at Park Lane Shopping Mall.